We're at the BAYOU on the BAYOU Bullpen KOL interviews, and it is my absolute pleasure to be able to welcome Ian McLachlan, the multimedia specialist at Tulane Medicine, to the show. Ian and I met a long time ago because his parents and I are very good friends, and I'm going to ask him a bit about his background, and I think that will let you all know how we came to work together. So Ian, I would love if you told folks a little bit about your background and kind of how you got where you are now.
Yeah, so I went to school at Franklin Marshall College in Pennsylvania for film, and I originally wanted to do science when I was in high school. I wanted to be a chemist. Actually, that was
How did I not know this?
Yeah, that was actually my my thing. I wanted to do that, but I actually so my dad is an immunologist, and I worked in his lab for a little bit just as like a high school project, and I kind of realized I'm not as into sitting down and working at a in the hood. It was interesting. It was a great experience, but it wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. And I started throughout high school and college really enjoying storytelling and the practice of filmmaking and actually showcasing things on camera. It's really cool to me. So I went to school for film, and I did my undergraduate degree in film and media studies, and then
the pandemic, right? So
during the pandemic,
you missed out
exactly.
some of your college experience,
it
but
was,
we capitalized on
yes,
that. So
yeah,
talk a bit about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I went to I heard about the opportunity with James during the pandemic. There was a need for video stuff, video content at Tulane, and so I worked as sort of an intern, I guess, at Tulane.
Ian was a producer behind the scenes for us, where I could do the frontline stuff, but he actually did the editing and everything for us. So he's not giving himself anywhere near enough credit, because I'm like, hey, you can do this. And I'm like, I can write a story, I cannot make it look good. And luckily, because Ian's parents and I are friends, I had met him before. And I was like, are you bored? And we brought Ian on, and it was kind of incredible what you were able to do as far as weaving stories first for residency programs.
Yeah, I started with residency program and fellowship programs. I started editing some like Zooms that about COVID. And then eventually after college, the position opened up as the multimedia specialist at Tulane School of Medicine.
You created a job for yourself.
That's
just something
kind of
you
true,
can teach
actually.
people how to do.
Yeah, that's true. And it was a really smooh transition too, because I had already been working with you for a while and working with Carolyn Schofield, my direct supervisor. She's awesome. And
you're in good shape now.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to make sure I put that in there. And it's been really awesome.
Yeah.
The position has sort of been expanding. We've been working on different kinds of videos. We do a podcast called Bio from the Bayou, which is about biotech and startups and KOLs.
Yeah. And empowering biotech leaders. Is that what we're supposed to say now?
Yes.
Ian's got me trained now.
That's the tagline, empowering biotech leaders. And it's awesome with James and Elaine Ham as hosts, and I'm sort of the producer behind the scenes, and it's been really awesome.
We drag him out from behind the microphone more and more and make him talk, and now we're putting him in front of the camera.
Exactly. And we also now do a series that I'm really interested in called Tulane Med Insider.
You actually came up with this series. This was like kind of your brainchild.
Yeah, I wanted to do more personal stories on the doctors, on the researchers, and really get into why they do what they do. And it's really interesting for me to interview them and focus on not just what they do, not just what their research is or what their clinical practice is, but also why they got invested in that, what their journey's been, why they do what they do. That's one of my questions when I ask them. And it's super interesting, and it focuses on a different person each time, and we do twice a month. And that's probably one of my favorite things that I do at work.
Some of my favorite emails that you show me are when you ask people to be on it. They're like, of course I know about this.
Yeah.
I watch them. I send them to my friends. But it's really kind of a cool thing you've created. And we share them on LinkedIn, on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So if you've seen those on the Tulane Med socials, that's all Ian hiding behind the scenes. And then Ian, as you know, the BAYOU from the BAYOU community is all about helping each other. The Bullpen community has a mantra, which is very similar. Find someone, help them, and repeat. But this is your opportunity to make an ask of the Bullpen and BAYOU and the BAYOU communities. What can they do to help you? What are you looking for that they might be able to help with?
Yeah. So to the Bio on the Bayou and Bullpen community, I just want to say, check out the Tulane's videos, check out their socials, check out our content that we put out. And also, if you're interested in getting your voice out there, if you're interested in talking with us about what you do, ask us to be a guest on the Bio from the Bayou podcast. We've had a lot of great guests on there, including Don Davis, who's behind the camera right now.
He's our producer today.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's flipped around.
Yeah.
Don behind the camera, you're in front. It's crazy time at Bio on the Bayou 2024.
Yeah, and yeah, just if you'd like to be on an episode, if you'd like to engage with us, talk to me. I'm happy to have people reach out. And yeah.
Ian, thank you so much. I appreciate you making time to do this.
Of course.
I hope you enjoyed stepping in front of the camera. As you see, we're pulling you out more and more.
I know.
We're making you a personality unto yourself.
It's strange, but
also,
I like it.
Also, Susan, I know you're going to love this. Susan's his mom, and for those of you in our land, his mom and I were actually Merlin and Morgana in King Arthur together last year, so she's like my fake mystical spouse.
Yes.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.